Okay, are we up? Top frame 0, green. Okay, we're on. Good morning, good morning. Yoish. Picking up where we left off yesterday. Not yesterday, 2 days ago. All right, what's going on over here this morning? What would Jed say this morning? Do I'm carving a hand that's carving a woodblock, nay, so. Okay, I think we've cut the outlines now. Let's zoom out just a little bit here. You know this is going to work, this pair. We print these things in pairs, carton printing in pairs. And that's the outline cutting is done now on the bottom one. So it's time to switch up to the top one and do the same. This one hasn't been touched yet with camellia oil. I've peeled off the back of the paper to a large degree, but it's time to dress it up a little bit with a little bit of oil. Makes the lines stand out much more. I do it zone by zone. If I did the whole thing with the oil now, it will tend to lift off So we're just going to do it zone by zone. First step now is this bamboo. Oops, too far. Print parties today. There's a normal party today at 10 o'clock, and I'm not the host for it. The girls are in today. Shiba-san and Audrey and Day-chan will be here. They're going to handle most of the print parties today. There's 4 of them, so I'll spell them off. I'll go in and do maybe one of them in the afternoon. But the morning party at 10 o'clock is going to be handled by the girls, by the staff. So I can get a normal session here today, I think, till about 9:30 or so. The parties are going crazy. We're running at least 4 a day now, and sometimes 5. And yesterday the shop was nominally closed. The front door was locked, closed and locked. Cameron was upstairs doing paperwork and stuff, trying to keep up with the mails and things. I was downstairs on the first floor doing construction. I finally got the toilet in place, finally. Did some of the wiring for the back room, the party room. And then I tried to work on the back wall. There was a huge hole in the back wall where there was an old air conditioner, and that hole has to be patched. So I was trying to do those jobs yesterday, but didn't get it all. I know I had the shutter open because it was a beautiful spring day, and there were a constant stream of visitors. People who came to the shop, found it was closed, saw the open shutter, looked in, saw me in there. Hi, Dave. So each time this happens, I come out, dust off my pants and dust off my hands, and there was no choice. Like the first guy, for example, was a young man from America. He had his suitcase. He was on his way to the airport. He had intended to come to see Mokuhankan. He saved it for the very last part of his trip, the very last thing. He came to Mokuhankan and he was going to leave here and go to the airport. And we're closed. So what am I going to do? I can't just say go away. So whatever, I grab the key, open it up, and we go upstairs and chat for a while. He wants to take a picture, send it back to his friends. He's leaving after a while, and then I come back downstairs and start construction again. And a few minutes later, there's this, Dave, are you in there? It's a family from Sweden. And it's a couple with a daughter, and they had left their son behind. He was in school or something, and he's the one who wanted to come here, but he couldn't, so he had sent his family. So what am I going to do? Tell him, no, we're closed, go away. I can't do that. So grab the key, open up, bring him upstairs. And this went on all day yesterday. Clearly we shouldn't have a closing day here in the middle of the cherry season. There's just no way. We don't have staff, though, There's just no way. We don't have staff. So I did it yesterday, up and down, up and down, up and down, and it was one of the biggest sales days of the month. There was one that was interesting, too. I don't know how much I can talk about this. I guess it's okay, no names. A young woman came in who I recognized. She'd been here a couple of years ago. And she had been here at that time with somebody else. She's what you call a handler. She's here as a sort of semi-guide, semi-translator, or arranging things for somebody who, how can I say this? For example, when she wrote an email to me 2 years ago, she said, there's a certain person who wants to come and see you, but he doesn't do his own emails, doesn't do his own stuff, I'll be here taking care of him and whatever. So it's somebody who, whatever, they get their life organized for them because they're fairly well off. And this person came 2 years ago. We had a good chat. He bought a ton of prints. We went out for dinner together. And whatever. Anyway, this time around, she was here by herself. She said, my employer can't come this time, but he's asked me to pick up this and this and this and this. And so what she wanted was all the Heroes prints that had been finished since her employer was here last time. So we did. We got them all ready in the stack of prints, absolute stack of prints. And she took them off. And she apologized because he wasn't here this time in person, but he had sent her around to pick up this stuff. This one's fun, you know. John's lines are nice. They're a little fat, but that's what we want in a chibi. There's nothing specifically delicate about them, but he's got a nice taste to the line, so they're nice and curved. It's fun to carve this. Very, very fun to carve. I'm greedy, not passing this on to our staff, but they're all busy anyway. Johnson is carving the image from Jed. Jed's here this morning. Johnson's now carving Times Burned Bright, Jed, the game from the Chrono Trigger image. Kawasaki-san is carving Two Souls, what's it called? Two Souls Entwined, one of the Kickstarter campaign prints. I'm doing this one and the next print party image and the octopus, supposedly. Talk. What's over here? Yeah, cherry season is here. It's up and running. The cherries are all in full bloom around here, a bit earlier than they were expected to be. It's funny, I read in my newspaper that the cherries over in Washington, D.C., they're like a week late or something. But here in Tokyo, they're early, around a week or 10 days or so early. And it's full bloom right now, here in this area, in Ueno Park and in the Sumida River nearby. Full bloom, and the streets are packed with people and visitors, you know. And we were supposed to have the shop open by the time this happened, but you know, it didn't work out. So we're no longer thinking even of a schedule. When will the shop be open? We don't even know. It's just we're taking it day by day. Aoyama-san's off this week visiting his family, so I'm working by myself. And it's going to look nice. It's really going to be nice. We're especially proud of the print party room. It's going to be such a pleasant room to be in. We found, for those of you who have been in our shop already, if you've been in the current print party room, you'll know it's got sort of a woven lattice ceiling. It's kind of an old-fashioned stuff. It was something that was done in the 1960s, in the late Showa era. And we're recreating that downstairs. We're going to build a woven lattice ceiling. It's great. And we found the supplies to do that. And it's taking a bit of extra time, but it's going to look really nice. So the downstairs party room is going to be like the upstairs party room, but a little bit better and cleaner. Tatami on the floor, woven ceiling, nice light, shoji at one side. Beautiful big bench. It's going to be a very, very nice environment. One day. You guys are pretty quiet this morning. That upstairs room, the print party room, it is nice. You know, the bottom one's going to be nicer. It's a different style. You know. But the upstairs party room is going to be repurposed over the next little while. In the short term, right now, it's just going to simply be my room. Well, that's what I've been sleeping there now anyway. I don't go back to Ome every day, of course. I sleep in the party room. And it's going to be slightly repurposed as actually my room. You know, we're going to put doors on it. And we're going to bring from Ome, the print collection, the Mokuhankan print collection, my own personal print collection. We're going to bring that here to Asakusa. We want to try, it's not going to happen like in one day. We're going to try over the course of a long period of time. Get some cabinets, get a filing system, and turn the collection into something that's actually accessible to people, to be able to browse through an antique collection. We're not quite sure how to go about it because there's a security issue. We can't sort of leave people alone in a room with tens of thousands of prints, some of which are kind of rare and unusual. So we're not quite sure how to go about it. But step one will be to get it here, get it in cabinets, and get it organized. Another idea about that, hopefully, and I'm not going to promise this, but hopefully by having the collection, all of our own prints, having them more accessible here in Asakusa should mean that we'll be able to do more David's Choice videos, I think. I don't know. Got so many topics, so many prints to show, so many things to talk about. That came out nicely. Well, as far as letting people see the prints and look at the prints, we're going to, I teased at the end of that last video we put up last Saturday, what we're going to do with the current shop space. I teased about it. I didn't really mean to make it a big deal. I know the idea is, if you've read the proposal I made for the future Mokuhankan, the Mokuhankan in the year 201X or whatever it is, I forget what I called it. All the ideas are laid out in there, what we intend to do. And clearly a small exhibition space is going to be part of that. And that's probably what we're going to repurpose the current shop for over the course of the next year or so. We're going to bring the collection from Ome, sort it out, catalog it, and then do rotating exhibitions. And the current thinking is maybe every 3 months it'll change. And the sort of difficult part of that is the downstairs, customer access is downstairs, and there won't be any staff specifically ready upstairs. So we need to provide a self-help space, send the customers up to the second floor and they can browse around the exhibition and look at what's going on. But as I said, it's a bit of a security issue, because if it's drawers full of prints and everything, and people are wandering around by themselves on the second floor. So we're not quite sure. At some point in the future, when we have more staff, when it's busier, maybe there's a staff member who is delegated to taking care of the flea market, and they have a little corner on the second floor doing that work all day long. And that staff member can watch the little museum corner, the little exhibition corner. But at the moment, that's not what's going to be happening. Everybody's going to be busy downstairs doing the shop and doing print parties. So little cafe, nay, so bring the old refrigerator from home. I mean, a cafe idea is in the long-term plan. This particular building that we've ended up with, the 3 stories long and thin, we've chatted about it here, and we don't really see any way that we'll be able to fit a cafe into this space. That proposal I made years ago assumed sort of an infinitely expandable space, And I can't see that there's any room here for a cafe. We would love to do that, but that's going to be a really, really long-term thing. So don't think that we're even going to think about that just yet. Our business needs to be much more stable before we can even play games like that. So no, there's not going to be a cafe in the near future that we can see. So. There was one sort of off-the-wall idea here about the cafe. We can't do it ourselves. The building has no room, and we don't have the skill set and stuff like that. But one idea: there is a cafe, little cafe here, 2 doors down, or 3 doors down on the right-hand side. And one idea was to tie up with that young girl who runs that place and brand it as our cafe. She runs it, and we could guarantee we can bring a whole lot of people here, blah, blah, blah. But it turns out that she doesn't need us at all. She's quite famous on her own. She was on TV a couple of weeks ago. And now there's lineups. She has lineups all day long, people waiting to get into her little cafe. So much for that idea. She doesn't need us at all, So that would have been a good way to sort of sneak into that kind of a business. But it's not going to happen, not with that one anyway. Very pleasant work. Really nice curves. Peaceful. Really, really nice way to start the day here. Hoi, 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 hoi. Where are we? Questions? I don't know. Owl Petting Cafe, yeah, right. We're in the middle of 3 owl cafes now, 1, 2, 3 all around us. So it's a bit funny now. They've expanded their business, and Cameron and I, we went out for a walk yesterday afternoon. We went to the local park. The temple has opened their garden for a couple of weeks each year. So Cameron and I took our lunch over there yesterday. We weren't able to eat it because there's a no food sign, but whatever. We got to walk through the park. Very nice. A couple of nice weeping cherry trees. Very pleasant environment. And unfortunately, nowhere to sit down. You have to just keep moving. They send you away this way. Go this way, go this way, go this way. So it wasn't very relaxing, but we're out there. We come back out of the park on the way back to Mokuhanka. We passed the young lady who's advertising one of the owl cafes. And she's out on the street. And she's got an owl with her, tethered and on her forearm, you know. And she's got the new sign, and the Owl Cafe is new improved service this spring, and they now have meerkats. And I'm like, whatever, if that's what you got to do to make a living, you know, no thank you. I'm not a big fan of zoos, basically, but, you know, I get it, you know, show kids what animals are like and stuff, I suppose, but do meerkats need to be living in a back room in Asakusa? I don't think so. Maybe that's the food for the owls. Is that how it works? And they display the meerkats until they get to a certain age and then feed them to the owls? I don't know how they work. I think a lot of their customers are foreigners, visiting tourists, you know, who wouldn't have the chance to do something like this back in their own country because of sensible laws, you know. もしもし、おはようございます。もこはんかんです。はい。どうもおはようございます。はい。ありがとうございます。はい。はい。ですね。はい。今日ですか？はい。いいですよ。はい。はい。ごめんなさい。はい。いや、関係ないんですが、何のためにごめんなさい。うん、結構、もう客が多いんですが、はい。はい。はい。まあ今、まあには、今日、例えば今日、レイちゃんと、渋さんと、もう一人、オードリーさんです。今日、スタッフ3人ですから、ちょうど大丈夫と思いますが、はい。はい。はい。今日は大丈夫ですが、はい。はい。はい。はい。でも、お母さんはあんまり、まだ練習してないとか、うん。じゃあ、OK。じゃあ、今日は大丈夫ですが、うん、うん、うん。そうですね。客が多い間に、あれは難しいですね。パーティーの人数も多いし、うん、うん、うん、うん。はい。そうか、そうか。はい、はい。はい。OK。じゃあ、考えてます。じゃあ、ちょっとレイちゃんと今日話しますから、どの予定がいいとか。はい。そうですか。いや、別にいいとか。はい。わかりました。はい。じゃあ、ありがとうございます。はい。どうも。Thank you. はい。Wow, that's off the wall. I'm on the screen. I'll explain later. No, okay. Oh, unexpected. Where are we? Where are we? Quick, Quantar, translate. Yeah, Cameron. What do you say? Is it pollen? What have you got there?
Yeah.
A cold? Or it's hit you too. Has it finally?
Bad.
Here, out where you live, or here in Tokyo?
I think both.
Really? No, but I mean, for me, Ome, if I go out there,
It's really bad.
yeah. But here in Tokyo, I'm okay. So
Okay. Well, I think it is worse.
you
at home
walk,
because
you
there's-
what? You take a train, bike to the station, or whatever outside. So that's.
And I just wake up in the morning with it.
But where you were living before, up in Niigata, wasn't so bad. Up in the
No, it wasn't. Surprisingly, despite all the greenery,
Yeah, but that was natural greenery. It wasn't so much sugi trees, the
Yeah.
stuff they planted post-war. This really high pollen count stuff.
that would,
Yeah, it's a real mistake. Nobody knew it at the time, but it was a huge mistake. All the mountains in reachable areas from Tokyo were replanted to build houses, with the sugi.
interesting.
And in Ome now, the government is taking over land that's been untouched by people and just chopping it all down.
Just getting rid of the
Because
sugi.
it's clouds up in Ome, it's yellow clouds come
Yeah.
down. You can see it when you look across the valley. There's these yellow clouds float in the air.
Wow.
That much.
Is that what all this haze is? Maybe.
Well, I don't know exactly. You've got the pollen thing. You've got the sand from China mixed in.
Yeah.
And everything else. And so,
You want me to join you this
sure,
morning?
sit on. I haven't followed much. I think they're fairly quiet today, but yeah, get rid of the junk there. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm just enjoying very peaceful carving. John's print here. It's got nice, smooth curves. It's fun to carve.
Take it easy.
Yeah. Wait, go ahead.
Okay. Good morning. Quick. Quantai. Translate. Let's see what you're talking about. The phone call startled people. So does anyone else almost have a heart attack just now?
What?
I bet that was the phone call, the ringing.
Yeah, it was the Moko Hankan phone, not mine.
Mm. Morning, good morning, good morning.
Well, we keep that loud so that we can hear it. Of course,
Right.
it's got to ring through the whole shop. And right now, it's right beside me.
Yeah.
But normally, you were in the party room and the phone's at the other end of the building or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've got to be able to catch it. So
Yeah. That makes sense. That's why they're all so loud. But other times, if we're with it on the train or
it doesn't
something.
seem to be loud enough. So exactly.
Skip that. Oh, I have a summery shirt today. I guess because I'm not wearing a sweatshirt. It's finally warm enough. Not a problem in Canada. Oh, probably all the pollen and stuff.
Oh, I thought hay fever was a big deal. I had it when I was a kid. I had bad hay fever in Canada. I think it was in the autumn rather than in the spring. I don't remember.
Okay. Not sure. Don't think I've ever seen Cameron outside of a coat before.
Welcome to
Maybe true.
Japan.
Yeah.
Whatever, so. It is warming up lots.
It's beautiful again.
I haven't seen it. Usually in the morning. I get up in the morning before all this streaming stuff
Right.
happened. The morning was my free time,
Yeah.
Get up at 6, have a light breakfast, bit of cup of coffee, then go for a walk for an hour. Out to churches. I haven't seen any churches this year. I'm stuck at this bench.
Although yesterday we took a little bit of a
Yeah,
walk.
it's the park I mentioned that. So,
Oh, you did talk about it already. Good, good, good.
Not allowed to sit down, not allowed to eat, have to keep moving,
Yep.
follow the arrows this way,
Yeah. No free time for you, Mr. Dave. The viewers demand it. Oh, you have the camera nice and zoomed in.
Is it? I can't.
Yeah.
There's 4 parties today, Dave. I think it's 4 tomorrow.
Wow. And
We're here. Spring is here.
yep.
We got full staff. Shiba-san and Audrey-san are here today. They can handle anything. And Ray-chan will help them.
Yeah, yeah. She's been a big help. It seems.
Yeah, well, I'm so happy. Yeah, very much.
You don't need to go outside. Just look at some Prince of cherry trees. So sad.
Yeah, a little sad. I got the wall box framed in last night. I didn't get
Oh, the one downstairs?
yeah.
Nice.
And the wiring is not ready. Got all the wiring for the pendant lamps and the main light and the party room.
Yeah.
Got the box framed in to fill the wall. Haven't
Yeah.
insulated yet. That's today's job. If I get some time. And I went to the home center to get that last little bit of pipe for plumbing in.
Right.
Turning on the water for the toilet. I got the wrong pipe.
Oh no.
It's an idiot, absolute idiot. What I need is it's an extender,
Right.
the here and here. And I just got male and male. I should have got a male and female.
Oh
Just
no.
Idiot guy. I didn't know what I was doing. So
Are they gonna let you take it back?
it's just a 10 centimeter piece of pipe. It's 100 yen. Nothing.
Oh.
But I just have to get the right one.
Got it.
It's my own fault.
We've got some nice fans who are saying you should take a holiday from streaming. Go see Spring.
It was not just to take a holiday from the streaming. This stuff needs to get done. And I'm sorry, the people are waiting for this Patreon print. And this has to be shipped. And it's a May shipping, right? Is this print?
I think so.
And we're now at the end of March. And I've got
Yeah.
key block to make, color blocks to make. It's then got to be printed like 500 copies or whatever it is. So it's not just a question of I think I'd like to do something else.
Yeah.
I'm behind the 8 ball here.
Yeah.
And the Patreon people are wonderfully supporting us.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, every month, you've seen
makes
it.
a
Oh my
huge
God, there it is again.
difference.
It's a huge amount of money. It goes boom.
Yeah.
And it's there. Oh my God, look at that money. Where did it come from? Oh, it's the Patreons,
Yep.
So of course
All
it's...
the support.
So if I don't get this done, and I have to do it not just as an obligation, I have to do it with some feeling of warmth. Thank you to these people for doing
Yeah.
this for us. So I can't let myself think about, oh my God, this is a chore I've got to do. You know,
Yeah.
that's wrong, totally wrong. You know.
Say, Kantar asks, are we coming up on a year soon too with Patreon? Yes,
It started. I think it started in May. I think was
Yeah.
it. The first payment would have been the May payment or June. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, but
Check.
it's soon.
That's how quick this clock is spinning now. You know.
Yeah.
You see it too. I mean, it's payday a couple of days from now, right? This next weekend, it's the first. It's
Yeah.
payday. Like we
Right.
did it just last week,
It feels like it.
but we didn't. You know. What do you do this time around? The first is the Sunday, is it? I forget the schedule.
Yeah,
How
first
does it
is
work?
Sunday, but payday we're doing now
Yeah.
a few days later.
Okay.
So
But don't forget, there are things that do have to be done before the first.
Yes.
That extending the calendar for the print
Yep,
parties.
yep.
And, so please
Yeah.
get on that. Yeah. So don't just get into a mood. Oh, but it's
No.
okay. We no rush for the first.
no. It's just one thing delayed. Not sure what this means, Dead Steve. Have you seen this in real life streaming? Dave could bring us on a walk.
Yeah, I know. If I don't have the technology at the moment, I know.
A portable device to kit.
Yeah.
do it
When
live.
I'm on a Handycam, which goes into an actual video box. There's a physical
Right.
box here that's plugged into the laptop, which goes into my Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Now so it means I got to walk around carrying my laptop and the video card and the
an internet
camera
connection.
and the router. So it's four devices, and they're all wired together with not so stable wiring. So
Yeah.
it's possible. I know my friend John Becker. He might be on here. He comes from Tennessee, visit Japan a couple times a year, and he does live streams to Facebook from his iPhone. He's got an iPhone.
Yeah.
Brings up the Facebook app, turns
Yeah.
on the camera, and bang, streams to Facebook.
Okay.
So it's not something we couldn't do.
Right.
But I don't even have a smartphone, you know,
Yeah.
and I do not want to buy a smartphone. So yeah, it's doable, but not within my frame of time and space, and you know.
Yeah.
And also too, those walk around videos, they maybe looked quite casual, but I prepared those quite carefully. You know,
Yeah.
most of those walk around videos. Let's go outside, take a look at Asakusa. They were multiple takes.
Yeah.
They were organized. They were edited carefully. It wasn't just let's grab the camera, go for a walk. Hey, what are we going to
Yeah.
find? You know, I'm not so good at that. You know. The garden we were in yesterday, I did a video on that garden, and I went back day after day after day, cutting and splicing and finding good takes. You know.
Yeah.
So people may be thinking, oh, it looks pretty cool and pretty easy,
Yeah.
but actually,
There's some effort involved.
there's a lot of work in these things. So I'm sorry. You know.
Let's see. That's finished. Zaranya says, "Good morning. I came across your video on remembering Ito-san, and I wanted to say thank you for posting your story. So we've got a new fan here today. So welcome. Thanks for coming in."
Well, I mentioned this too. Before you got here, I was talking about yesterday. It was actually a busy day in the shop. It was one of the busiest days this year in
Yesterday
terms of
was.
gross sales. Yes. So and I wasn't here. I wasn't supposed to be here. These
Yeah.
people banging on the shutter downstairs, or because it was
Yeah.
open. Hi, Dave. And of the three main visitors yesterday,
Yeah.
the first two groups were just like this. They saw the Remembering a Carver video. YouTube recommended it to them. They looked at something else. They looked at something else, and then it's down the rabbit hole you go.
Yeah.
And here they are. And here they
Then they
are.
show up in Tokyo.
And they show up in Tokyo. So thank you very much, and of course,
Yeah.
and thank you to YouTube. My God, so much of our comes from YouTube. I'm so glad that service is there.
Yeah. Let's see. Mad Phoenix asks, if we pay you to take time off and go see spring via Patreon, would you do it?
I don't know what to say.
That's funny.
I mean, it's because of Patreon that I can't take the time off. Well,
Yeah.
that's not strictly true. We've got all these things. You can look at it two ways. We've bitten off more than we can chew, or this is our normal. We're a young business that's in a very strong growing phase.
Yeah.
And we're not growing just for the sake of growth. Wow, I got to sell more this year than
Yeah.
I sold last year. That's not what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
We're trying to turn this into a stable, steady business that will have a stable future.
Right.
And at our current level, it's not possible. We need desperately to grow.
We've got people asking, have you, Dave, seen Jed's Mononoke Hime? It's a Ghibli movie, draft designs. He started some black and white things, but I know you have a YouTube video about anything related to Ghibli that you want to get permission. Is that right?
Listen, I'm not sure what you're asking. Jed has Ghibli designs that he has sort of taken. Jed and I have an agreement. I'm not going to make woodblock prints from them because, for a couple of reasons, they're not, from my mind, they're not quite parodied enough.
Okay.
And Japanese laws are different from the laws overseas.
Right.
The fair use thing is really quite different.
Yeah.
So he and I have talked about this over the years. He would love if I could make woodblock prints of those designs, and the fans would love it.
Yeah.
But I think it's actually just a bit too close to the bone. I may be wrong on this. Maybe it's okay. Ghibli perhaps doesn't care. I don't know. So I've just played it a bit safe. I'm in a different environment than Jed is. I'm here in Japan, where the laws are different. So.
Yeah, and then not just his designs, but also we've talked about doing scenes from some other movies.
Yes, we've approached Ghibli Studio once already, of course, to make woodblock prints, and they did not respond in a positive way.
Yeah. Mark Roberry says, "Trust me, Ghibli would care." Who knows?
Well, actually,
they haven't even responded.
That's easy to say, but they don't seem to chase fans. I mean, there's Ghibli fan art all over the internet. A lot of people selling posters and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And Ghibli doesn't seem to chase them. Not in the way that, the mouse chases Disney ripoffs and, things like that. So Ghibli, I can't say they don't care, but they don't have a track record of being aggressive against fan art. Mm-hmm. I mean, Jed himself has been selling these things and, it's been okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it's okay. I don't know, but
yeah. Mark Roberry also asks, I wonder if Dave has insured his hands. How much work would be lost if he fractured his hand and had to rest for a month? Have you ever? No, I didn't even know that was something people do.
I don't think so. Movie stars insure their legs or something, right? Don't they? I don't know what goes on. No, if I get sick, I'm gone. That's it. You can't insure against life.
Well, they call it life insurance.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't, And so what? We would have money. What would that mean? You couldn't make prints anymore.
You can't make more prints.
All the people here, the printers waiting for this. I can't give them insurance money. They need blocks. So it doesn't help.
Yeah.
It doesn't help.
Insurance money doesn't carve blocks.
And this comes back to what we were saying just a minute ago, to grow our business to the level where it doesn't simply depend on me doing all these jobs. We do. We've got 4 carvers now. So if I couldn't do this today, if I fell down the stairs, broke my wrist and couldn't carve this, we'd take Chon-san off the Chrono Trigger job for a while. He would do this. We would just reschedule things and away it goes.
I think you may have just announced something that hasn't been officially.
No, we talked about it before. Chon-san,
you did?
he's working on. He's finished Metroid. Not Metroid. What's it called? I know.
Metal Gear.
No.
Final Fantasy.
No, the one Jed calls Meteoric Power.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's finished the carving on that now. That's
great.
gone ahead to test printing, which starts this morning. Suba-san is doing test printing this morning on that print. It's no secret.
Yeah.
And Chon-san has moved on to, I mentioned it earlier in the stream, he's moved on to the one Jed calls Times Burned Bright.
Yeah.
Which is from Chrono Trigger.
Cool.
But I said if he had to, if I couldn't do this today, he would step in and do this.
Yeah. Got it. Ken Hellett asks, if I want to join Patreon, is there a way to provide an upfront payment in addition to the ongoing monthly payments to catch up with the prints already released? I don't know.
No, Patreon doesn't do that.
Okay.
We ourselves, we're not still quite sure. You and I were chatting about this yesterday.
Yeah.
What to do with the quote back number Patreon prints.
Right, because we still have some stock left over.
Well, there's going to be demand. Clearly, there's going to be demand for them. And at the moment, I don't know. I'm going to hold off on that. At the moment, when people join Patreon, they get, they start and they get the prints that are going to come out in the future. As they start, 3 months later, they get their first chibi print. And that will be, it'll be, if they're starting now, it's going to be this one they get 3 months from now. And as far as the back number Patreon prints, I don't know. Just at the moment, they're just sleeping. They're not going to be available,
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. You can't kill a print, so the blocks are still there.
Yeah.
At some point, when the structure's in place, whatever, maybe we'll do an album of the Patreon prints for the first 10 years or something like. I don't know. I don't know.
But someday, will probably be
So
available.
don't sweat it at the moment. Patreon is a thing that lives live. You join it and you get the prints that are happening live as it's going on.
Okay.
And maybe the back number prints will go into the catalog at some point. I don't know. Just
Oh yeah, we did lose frames briefly, but it didn't go down. Someone asked, "Are we losing frames?" But yeah, they went away for a little bit, but it should be back.
when we moved the laptop.
No, just now a minute ago, and I haven't touched anything, so I don't know why that would be. But there it is. But it looks like it's all fine now, so no worries.
I did the stream test again before we started. We were at the 50 MBS level.
Okay.
And I shut Safari. I shut any other software.
Yeah.
Chrome is running, but shouldn't.
But it has to if we want to chat. Oh, some surgeons apparently insure their hands because they can't do surgery without hands.
So they're insuring it though for their own income. If they
Yeah.
lose that ability, their own income goes down. So they're not insuring it from the hospital's point of view.
Right.
Because another surgeon could step in, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
They're insuring their own income. I don't have income anyway, so whatever. I don't know.
Mark Roberry asked because of what you were saying. So Dave is replaceable then? And then someone immediately answered, no.
Well, no, this is the idea. I mean, this is absolutely upfront. The whole point of everything we're trying to do right now is to make me replaceable. Is to make if we don't do that, we're dead. This business will stop, and 18 people will be out of work at the point when I can no longer do this. This is not a joke. This is absolutely the goal of many things we do here. That's your job here.
Yeah.
To replace me on all those things you've been doing.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not a joke. Replace me, please.
Please.
Otherwise, there's no future for this business.
Yeah.
Not a joke.
Link220 asks, would you display old blocks in the second floor museum area?
Yeah, very much. We were trying to chat about this before. What our plan is for that space. I had sort of unintentionally teased a bit too much in the last video what we're going to do with the second floor.
Yeah.
So we were just a little bit chatting about this a few minutes ago. I referred back to that thing we wrote a few years ago, Mokahankan in the year 20, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And we need some sort of exhibition / display / library / lecture hall, whatever, to where we can talk about prints and stuff with people. Yeah. And I guess that second floor space, that's the shop now. What do we have to organize? We have to organize an office, Dave's sleeping space, some storage for all the shop supplies, then the print collection from Ome.
Yeah.
We have to organize these things somehow in this second floor.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you have a clear image of what room is going to be used for what and how it's all going to work. I myself don't have such a clear image. But now that Yumi-san's out of it, we have much more flexibility. So,
yeah. Thanks, Westwind77. Says, Cameron, no pressure. Not at all. Replacing Dave. Yeah, that's...
Well, you've done very well. I don't do the mail anymore. I don't do the ordering anymore. I don't do the payroll anymore. You've essentially taken over all those jobs. So,
done something. Right? Yeah. Yep. I just need to start making owls now. That's their suggestion.
That puts us back to square one. I go back to the bookkeeping.
Yeah,
thanks.
No.
Thanks. We're at the stage now where we're talking to the stream here. We're at the stage now where Cameron is putting in notes to me, change orders for the software. I need the software to be adapted this way and this way. This is a good thing happening.
Oh, okay, it's a good thing. All right.
No, but I mean, rather than just accepting what's there, Dave, I think the software should do this. Let's move it forward to do this. So you put in your change orders, and sometimes in the morning the change is done. The software is magically
how did that happen?
Sometimes, not very often. So.
But it does happen.
That one you asked yesterday, the thing about the invoice messages that say the first 3 items of your invoice, the first 3 digits of your invoice number. Yeah. I changed that months ago, so I'm not quite sure what you're seeing.
I'll show you.
Okay. Yeah. But I checked after I saw your email. I went to the things you uploaded to Ome yesterday, and it's changed.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what you were seeing.
It's the online version that the customers are seeing that still says 3 digits.
The online version.
So if they click on their invoice to see the directions,
We're talking about
show
we're talking about the instructions to log in. If they're seeing the online version, they're
Yeah.
already logged in.
someone had something. Someone asked me about
Okay,
it,
okay,
so that's what it
alright,
was.
alright.
But
It's quite possible it's a place I missed, but the
Yeah.
invoices themselves are now, I thought, updated. So that must be Suga-san, right? She's doing test printing this morning on
yeah,
Meteoric Power. Her paper's all
Woohoo!
prepared.
I think Jed
I
will
want-
be excited to see pictures of that.
Suga-san, yay! Test printing よ。今日試し刷り。
今日試し刷り。
いやいやいやいやいや。僕も見たいんですが。
どんなだろうね。
So say hello to the stream here.
Hello.
If she does, it's wait. If she does a good job today,
今
so
あー、来た来た。
Suga-san's job this morning is
Oi.
test. Is Jed here?
Is
Jed
I don't think he is
Whatever.
now,
He was.
but-
Her job this morning is test printing on Meteoric Power, and if she does a good job, a new print will come to be born today. You know, yay.
今日どんなだろうな。
So
欲しいな。
今日石川さんも来る。
あ、今
昨日のメール
久しぶりに
夜のメールに石川さんのメールが明日から毎日行きます
毎日っていつまで？
ですがだからワンちゃんか I don't know 何も言えなかったんですから
あー、そうなんだ。
前はワンちゃんの面倒ですから来ないですが毎日来ますと書いてありますから
本当。おー、どうしたんだろうね。
どうした
あ、でもよかったね。よかったっていう、よかったっていうか。
Dark Star 1. What are the plans in space regarding the relatives of the landlady? That was Yumi-san you were just talking about. She's decided not to use part of our shop.
So we're still
So she's found another area, is that
they're
right?
using their own building, the one in Yanaka.
So it's in a different neighborhood, but still in the city. And she's doing her shop over there so that it's not divided and kind of confusing with two similar but unrelated shops in the same building. So it
Reminds me
seems
of
like it'll work better for both.
The real estate agent phoned yesterday about the key. He said,
Oh, really?
we need the key for Suzuki-san, the key for the new shutter.
Yeah.
I said, you're open now, right? I said, well, actually, we're not
We're still
open yet. He
closed.
said, what?
You want to come over and help?
I guess he normally deals with people that they rent, gyosha, or whatever
Yeah,
they do
hire
it.
a company to.
A small
do it
shop
for
like
them.
this, we've been in there now 7 weeks, and for a small shop like this, 7 weeks, it doesn't take that long,
Yeah.
whatever. So. But for us, it is taking that long. So.
The new bot answer about Cameron is funny but unhelpful, is what the consensus is. Haha, that bot answer needs to change.
What is it? What's the
Now
problem?
it says, enough lollygagging, those emails aren't going to answer themselves whenever they ask
Yeah, that's
for
not
who I
come
am.
on, somebody we can do a bit more polite than that.
Yeah. But they,
We've been pretty good at answering emails, with the exception
Yeah.
of the people who don't understand something about time zones. Like that one a few days ago, where the woman wrote to us, Japan time, 2:00 in the morning. I couldn't download my ebook, and then she canceled her PayPal payment
Yep.
because we didn't reply within 30 minutes. It's at 2:00 in the morning.
we were asleep. But we got it worked out at all. She got her book, so that's okay now. But it was pretty funny. We were very asleep at 2 in the morning.
Why don't you reply? I don't reply because, lady, it's 2:00 in the freaking morning. Is why I didn't reply.
Let's see. Oh. Have you shown the Dragon Ball print, the Dragon's Gift, rather, on the stream since that early proof?
No,
Okay.
it's Kubota-san. Actually, it must be finished by now. Today or tomorrow, next day it'll
Okay.
be finished.
Yeah, so
Maybe
he's
the-
working on it.
The first batch was totally rejected, so
Right.
and then
Yeah.
it's gone back. So
That's one of the issues on the paper, is
Yeah,
that right?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so got a new batch coming. So no, it hasn't been on the stream yet, but it's coming soon. And then the Times Burned Bright. I think that hasn't been announced officially anywhere. It wasn't on the Kickstarter campaign.
no,
it's not,
no, it's right. It's just
not Facebook, not Instagram.
It was
nothing yet.
published years ago. Jed's had it on his own webpage
Yeah, as a G.
as a Jigley print,
Right.
and it's just simply now that the Kickstarter fulfillment is pretty much within reach. It's all gone. The carvers are now moved ahead, and we don't. Not everything has to run through a Kickstarter campaign.
Right,
we do
right.
publish prints.
Yeah.
And Jed and I sat and looked at it, and that's the next one I want to do, because Ukiyo-e Heroes is continuing, with or without Kickstarter. You know?
Right.
Kickstarter was a boost
Yeah.
last
Big
September.
help to get things going.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean we only work through Kickstarter.
No.
So this is the next one just being published in the normal course of events, which
Yeah.
didn't specifically need promotion.
Yep. So people will be excited to see it, though.
So
I
we
think.
weren't intending to keep it secret. And if you want, I know when you get a day when there's not much on Facebook, go ahead and post about it. Say
Okay.
construction has started on this one, and a couple of months down the road we'll have it.
Okay.
Go ahead. It's not
Yeah.
secret. I hadn't
Okay.
intended, you know.
Got it. Darkest Star One says, it's 2 a.m. here, we're watching you. Well, I'm asleep at 2 a.m.
It's not something I'm going to demand, you know. Where are you? Why aren't you here? You know.
Yeah. And then,
Copy it now and then, me.
yeah. Kantar, I think, was trying to catch up on your explanation to Suga-san about what's going on. Ishikawa-san is going to be coming more frequently, it sounds like, to print. Is that what it is?
Yes, but that might just be short time. Like this is the spring holiday. Her daughter
Right.
might be off university for a couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
that email just might have simply meant that for the next couple of weeks I'll be here more often.
Right.
I don't think it was a job change. You know, I'm here every day from now on. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It was just a quick one-liner email. So.
Okay.
But recently she hasn't been here during the week
Right.
because
Yeah, I haven't seen her lately.
no, she's been here only on weekends. And she stays late. She comes like around noon or something. Stays like at 9 or 10 at night. You know?
Wow.
I go out for dinner and leave her. She's got her own key.
Yeah. Huh. So, if it's not determined by Kickstarter campaigns, what will determine which prints go into Volume 2 of Ukiyo-e Heroes? Like,
Volume
if you do a
2
future book or something.
Volume 2 it's clear. It's pretty much Volume 1 ended with the 10th print, and Volume 2 will be the number 11 to number 20. I mean,
Okay,
whatever.
so it'll be the next 10.
Yeah, the next 10, whatever. And the first 6 of those, I guess, will be the ones that were in the Kickstarter campaign, right?
Yeah.
Plus then the next 4, of which the first one is Times Burn Bright. So there's 3 more still
Undecided.
undecided. And looking through Jed's current catalog of Jikles, and he and I have chatted about this already, I don't really see a whole lot of stuff in that catalog at the moment that I'm really excited about making into woodblock print.
Right.
So he's under instructions to just digest and think and come up with some ideas for the next future Ukiyo-e Heroes prints, because it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah, you want to have some more.
And it's a bit difficult for him right now because he does have other projects going.
Yeah.
He's doing that One Punch project with William.
Yep.
He's doing a comic book.
Yeah.
He's actually writing and doing a comic book. And he's got at the moment, he's got the subscription prints to
Yep.
still do, the
So
Loot
many.
subscription prints. And he's working individually with some simpler prints with a bunch of people from,
Yep.
the Acolyte page.
Yeah, the new Stephen Muniecki one is available online now already. He's
Yeah.
got a second one.
And then Jed also, his main creative focus at the moment, he's coming up with this Neo Tokyo series.
Yeah.
And production and stuff is not really organized, but that's his creative.
He's designing.
Yeah, he's designing and stuff, So he's full. He's also doing that job for the big restaurant nearby him. He's doing the huge wall panels.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that might be finished because I haven't really talked about that.
I remember him.
That's
he's
a big
posted a
job.
few images of him
On Instagram,
illustrating. Yep.
that might be finished, or he's still buried in work on that. I don't know.
So he has his hands
He's
full.
got his hands full. So he's got his hands full, and he gets offers. People write to him. I don't know how secret is, whatever. He was asked a while back, a year or so back, to do some famous movie director whose initials are WA to work with him on an upcoming project.
Huh.
And the project is now in theaters, but Jed wasn't. He and Jed, the guy and Jed, couldn't come to an agreement on how to work together. So and that could have been
No
spectacular.
way.
Yeah, you didn't know about that?
No.
And in fact, if you see the trailer, you can see Jed's touch in a couple of places on the trailer. Yeah. Well, in fact, when I saw the trailer, I paused it and said, "That's Jed Henry." I took a screenshot, sent it to Jed, and he said, "Yeah,
What?
yeah." But
No.
he said they wouldn't pay what I wanted.
Oh man. I've been so excited to see that movie, but I had no idea.
I'm not sure. Maybe this was supposed to be top secret. I don't know. No idea.
Well, it's-
So he is not famous globally, world famous, but he is known. He's a known.
he's
figure.
recognized, yeah.
He's recognized. And he's an established talent. So it's not just our own little world here. Other people have seen this guy. I mean, this is not secret. He did that job for Suntory Remember
Yeah.
they was it 2 years ago, 3 years ago? They flew him over here to do a big poster, and
Right.
advertising poster, you know.
Yeah. Asking about the ground floor washroom. The toilet is in. It is set up.
You can't
except
use it 'cause it's not plumbed,
pipe.
a little
Yeah,
detail.
it's missing one little extension pipe. So
So don't sit on it yet, please.
Yeah.
So- a couple of people saw it yesterday. They said, "Why is it crooked?" And I didn't know.
because the hole was in a weird spot.
Yeah, so the toilet is it's in the room at an angle. I just thought it was in the room at an angle. I
Yeah.
wasn't thinking crooked. I was thinking I installed it at an angle.
Deliberately.
Deliberately. And people opened the door and said, "Why is it crooked?"
Why is it crooked?
And I'm like, "Oh, fail. 100% fail."
Oh, sad.
It's not crooked.
It's deliberately at an angle. It's different. Are you familiar with the A God Mocks Creation triptych that Jed has designed that he does G-clay prints for?
You mean the Final Fantasy one? You
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's saying, oh, the yellow would work really great with the arsenic pigment. Is that...
Well, actually, I disagree with that because the yellow Jed did called for there is much more of a lemony, bright yellow. The arsenic pigment stuff gives a very soft tone, something more like what they call Naples yellow in the West.
okay.
If you take some lemon yellow, mix it with a bit of gray, it comes up. And this stuff has that soft tone like that. So I think I disagree with that particular interpretation.
Yeah.
But would we like to use the pigment? Yes, I would like to use the pigment. But
Yeah.
we don't for 3 or 4 reasons. One is I can't get any more of it, so what I've got is all there is. And I don't want the girls upstairs playing with it, period.
Playing with arsenic, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And also the police, if they hear about it, will simply come over here and take it away.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to have it, so I shouldn't be talking about it so much
Online.
on the online. You know. It wasn't so bad until what was it, about 10 years ago? The what they call the Courage again. That woman who poisoned a bunch of people at her neighborhood.
Yeah.
It was a famous. She killed like a dozen people.
Wow.
She was in charge of mixing the curry for a neighborhood event.
And
She dumped arsenic in it because she'd had fights with the local people and they don't like me anymore and blah 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 and whatever. And she dumped spoonfuls of arsenic in it. This is when about 15 years ago. So if you Google Karejiken, it'll come up. And
Wow.
so since that time, I mean, she had it as rat poison. So she had it legally
Yeah.
for whatever, killing rats or something.
Kill rats, yeah.
And she spooned it into the curry at one of these community events.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
Yeah. I thought you knew about that. It was
No.
maybe 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I don't know. It was swept the country. It was a gigantic thing.
That is evil.
Yeah, it's evil. But since that time, they've just simply cut back. You're not allowed to have it, period. You know.
Huh.
I mean, industrial factories, whatever, have it, but I don't know, normal people in the community do not. I have the license, actually. I went to get the license from the local police station because I used to use formaldehyde. And for that, you needed to have this license to have dangerous products in your house.
Yeah.
And I had it. They just gave it to me. I went there and asked, what do I need to do to start the process to be able to get this? We don't use formalin anymore. We've given it up. We use the refrigerator,
Yeah.
the freezer.
Yeah.
But back at the beginning, I just followed what other craftsmen were doing without thinking myself about how else to do it. So I just followed the other way to do it. You need to use formaldehyde, formalin. So you got to go to the drugstore. And he says, have you got a license? I said, no. He said, you have to go to the police department first, get yourself a license.
Huh.
So I did. Stamp, rubber stamp, blank, blank, blank. Came back with a license for holding dangerous chemicals in my house. So
Wow.
we no longer have that. We don't use it at all.
Yeah.
This was back when I was working by myself. I was being reasonable about safety precautions,
Yeah.
but not. I'm now paranoid. We just do not want that stuff in the workshop. Girls here who may or may not be pregnant, and that happened last year.
Yeah.
Aimi-san, working as a printer, it turned out that for the past couple of months she had been pregnant without knowing it.
Right.
Bingo. We do not want such people mucking around with formaldehyde and arsenic.
Yeah.
So for now, we have a zero tolerance. We don't use it anymore. Period.
Yeah. Makes sense.
God, I used to visit Seki-san, his house in Hachioji. You go in the front door and you think you're in a hospital. He just dumped raw formalin into his mixing water during the summer when he's printing. And I'd go in the room and my eyes start watering right away.
Yeah.
Because the air is just like that.
Wow.
What are you doing? What are you doing? He said, well, if I don't do this, it'll go moldy, you know. Like little details about your own health and your wife and the people downstairs and stuff,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. Just, whatever. It's a very shoulder shrugging.
Yeah.
That's not just typical in Japan, you know, I think. You know, it's a certain generation, a certain mood. The generation may be a little bit older than me, you know, whatever. You know, we're men, we don't care about that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And there was a guy I knew back in Vancouver. He worked as an musical instrument repairman. I worked in his shop for a while.
Yeah.
And they had a vat, like a 55-gallon drum full of some grotesquely dangerous chemical. And you'd get your keys from the flute, whatever, put it in a basket, dip them into this thing, and it would rip off all the stuff, plating and everything, and bring it back up as a raw metal. I forget what it was. It began with an S or something. So one day he's doing this with the key parts for a clarinet or whatever. The basket breaks and the key drops to the bottom of this tank. And if you don't get it out of there within seconds, it is going to dissolve because this stuff is just dissolved. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? He rolls up his shirt sleeve, dips his arm into this thing, fumbles around at the bottom, and quickly starts getting himself washed, you know, because I'm a man and I'm okay and stuff like this, you know.
Oh my
And that was
goodness.
just the way of thinking, you know.
I can take it.
Yeah, I can
I don't
take it.
care
I can
about
help.
chemical burns.
Yeah, whatever. I'm a man, you know. And that was the feeling. It wasn't just Japan. It was a kind of a whatever. The times were different. Industrial safety was a different thing back in the era when I was younger, you know.
Wow.
And maybe he died 5 years earlier than he would have because of it. I don't know. Who knows? You can't. You know, how do you track those things? I don't know. He's long dead now. Maybe that's one reason why. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was sulfuric acid. X dilution of sulfuric acid.
Oh, okay. Sulfur.
And it chewed stuff away
Yeah.
from metal. You know, you needed it to clean flute keys and saxophone keys.
Right. People are gasp. Sulfuric acid. That's crazy.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been 100%. It must have been some cut, you know, because he would have put his hand in and come back bones, you know. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know the percentage it was. Enough to do these keys. And if you had left that key in there, that's it. Bingo.
Yeah. Goodbye key.
Goodbye key. So, you know.
Wow. That's crazy. Darwin Award winner. No
Yeah,
doubts.
yeah. So these days, that's our, of course, I would never do this, but it was a common way of thinking, you know. I'm a man, it's okay, you know. Only wusses worry about that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And Seki on the printer, same thing. It's okay, you know. Don't be a wuss.
That's crazy.
The world is a more sensible place now, you know. And I'm
Thanks, I think
responsible
so.
for these people upstairs and whatever.
Yeah. Police. Tell me, young criminal, where did you get the idea to use yellow dye to kill people? Criminal. Japanese printmaking? Oh no, I hope not.
No, she was using it for rat poison.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful color. Such a beautiful color, you know. We were talking about when we were doing the identification of some of those wood-bought prints a couple of weeks back. I was asking the stream to help me find names for the prints and stuff.
Yeah.
They were 1960s era Automata reproductions. And a lot of them have that yellow background. And they're in the shop now, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I guess there's traces of arsenic in the print that are in our shop, but it's not anything that's going to come out of the paper and hurt
Right.
people. You know, I think you'd have to soak it in water and cook it into soup and drink it before
Yeah.
you get any damage. So I'm not worried about having the prints in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
But they are there in our shop right now. We have prints made with arsenic pigment. You know,
Yeah. It's a beautiful, deadly color, is
Ah,
Kantar's summary. Just don't lick the prints.
I don't know if that would do anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we can put these pigments prints. We can wash them, and the pigments don't come off. You know,
Yeah.
so they're bonded in there. I think you really have to boil it up
Yeah.
into soup before it could be released. You know. the Matsuyoshi, the guy who, the pigment shop, he's long dead now. The guy used to buy pigments from. His shop is still there. It's run by his nephew. But,
Oh, okay.
Matsuyoshi himself. I did an interview with him for my newsletter years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
Just a little short interview,
Yeah.
We were chatting about this and that and this and that. And he says, something about incidents of pigment shop. Sounds like a very boring place, but he said there was a fire. There was a fire next door, and it spread into his building.
Oh, no.
And what does the fire department do when there's a fire? They bring hoses in and they spray all through this place. And he said, we lost everything. And he said they had a storage room downstairs in the basement, a little sunken storage room.
And it was sunk.
And it was bags and bags. And it was a sunken storage room. And they just sprayed water. He said, we lost every single. He said, there's this colored streams of this colored stuff running out down the gutters and the streets. There's reds and yellows and all this kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh.
He said, we lost absolutely everything. The fire department doesn't know. There's,
Yeah.
And he's like, no. They get the fires next door. Don't, whatever. We can
Don't
get this
spray
out.
us
Yeah,
down.
don't spray us down. And they did. They sprayed it all. Destroyed everything you got. When I think of that, this is like, must have 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
They must have been spectacularly rare and interesting and stuff that we just can't get anymore now.
Right.
That arsenic rolling
Yeah.
down the gutters, so. Because he had the stuff in bags, like 10, 20, 30 kilogram bags of all these different things,
Wow.
He tells us, he's laughing as he told me the story, laughing and crying, but it must have been a staggering setback to his business.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Not sure what this means. Frozen Runner says, are there any differences to show how pigments behave compared to one another? Do they do anything different, or if they do anything in particular that, when dealing with certain pigments, perhaps?
I'm not sure the question. They are all different, yes. I mean, even the way you mix them, the way they blend, the way they sit in the bowls, they are all different because they're all different chemicals and different
Materials.
substances,
Yeah.
So, and even it affects the dose of the sizing. That Dragon Ball disaster we had, the other day. The sizing, it turned out that the red would smoothly, the particular kind of red we have smoothly would print in there, but the blue didn't, and the blue came out speckle and dots. Because of the size of the particles, whatever,
Yeah.
they're all different. Every single pigment works differently, treats differently, blends differently. Some of them will mix with water. Some of them need an alcohol surfactant first.
Oh, okay.
So there's no single, okay, I've got this figured out, I know what to do. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Everything is different.
Okay. Someone asks, did his company recover? Yes, because he said the nephew's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
running the shop. So.
Yeah. It's just a shell of what it was now because his customers, all his printers disappeared and the people doing indigo dyeing and stuff like that, it's all different.
Yeah.
So it's a shell of what it was now. But yeah, he was a real nice guy. Very helpful.
That's good. The Dragon Ball disaster sounds world-ending.
Well, they're up there. There's 100 of them up there, and they're totally useless. You can't do anything with them. They're just awful. I paid for it. I paid him for it. I paid the paper.
Yeah.
Paid the carver.
Yeah.
But it's coming out now. He's done a second batch, so
Yeah.
it was a disaster, but the blocks are still okay. It was a printing disaster, so you just put it behind you and move on.
Go.
I've had my share of disasters down the years, making those poets prints when I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah. Nightmare Protocol. Wasn't that the case with oil paints? Certain colors were renamed and reformulated after it was determined chemicals were dangerous. Do you know much about oil paints?
Nothing at all.
me
I'm sorry,
neither.
I don't know.
And then X259P18, ooh, that's a mouthful, says, did you make the tools you use? Not these sets, but it is something we're exploring.
So no, I haven't made any of these.
Yeah.
Sometimes printers make their own barons. Sometimes I sharpen my own blades, but we don't make the tools.
Right.
They're what's the word? It's a specific job,
Yeah.
To make a good baron is a professional job. It's not something we do on the side.
Yeah. You sometimes have to rewrap them.
Yeah, that's
right?
that's maintenance.
Yeah. Okay, so this looks like a cell phone number. Moshi moshi, mokuhankan desu. Oh, good morning, Audrey. Oh, you're downstairs and locked out. Okay.
Ah.
I'll go let you in. Yep, bye. I
So is it time
she's
yet?
the first one here. Yep, 9:26.
Okay,
Or-
let her in and then, yeah.
okay, I'll be back.
Soka, she hasn't been here too long, doesn't have her own key yet. Soka. She's downstairs, she's got a phone upstairs. Please let me in. It's a busy day in the shop today. 4 parties, 4 big parties, like 4 people, 4, 3 people, 4, something like that.
Both Ray and Audrey are
Stuck outside. Okay, well, sorry. I should have thought of that. No. Shiba-san comes from Kabe, and if the train's delayed at all, whatever, she's the one with the key.
Ah, yeah.
She's been printing on a Ghost series, Contented Spirit,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
How are they coming along?
She said she wants you to look at some when she brings them in today.
But she may have a batch ready, does she? Okay. And
Yeah.
if not, it'll be next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we've sold out and sold some of the prints she's holding now. So,
But there are more coming anyway. She's busy on it.
yep,
She's on
yep.
it. Yeah. Okay.
She's on it.
She must be happy about this to show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this stuff you've designed yourself, carved yourself, and printed yourself to have such demand from all over the world. I mean,
Yeah.
she's got to be so happy about that.
Gotta be. There's somebody at the door. Yeah, that's...
The reason
That's
there's
our
so many
staff.
bells because they go up and down the stairs. They got to put the flag out. They got to put the poster out. You know,
Yeah.
That's why the bell rings so many times.
Thank you.
Same guy who asked about the tools also asked, have you ever cut
Good morning,
yourself?
Audrey-san. Hello. 最初のパーティー、10時のパーティーは家族です。親2人、子供2人、10歳、12歳ぐらいとか。僕まだ紙見てないし、絵の具まだ見てないとか。レイちゃん、have you met Audrey before?
Yes.
Okay. Come on.
Have you ever cut yourself on accident removing the materials or cutting with the
Not in
blades or-
recent memory. Back in the beginning, of course, you do dumb things like you do, anybody does. You put
Yeah.
your fingers in front of the knife and stuff
Yeah.
like that, but not in living memory,
No.
no. We talked about it before. The knife was always really carefully controlled here. There's no way it can escape. I'm holding it tightly. It's only allowed to move a millimeter or so. There's
Yeah.
no danger of it slicing through.
Yeah.
We don't cut anything freehand. Is that another version?
Cal Carlisle says, Dave, I've stumbled on your Story a Week series. I love reading them. It's very interesting looking back, considering where you are today. So you've got a fan who's been enjoying your
Thank you.
series.
I feel a bit bad about the audio on those. The most recent ones, the last 6 months or so, don't have audio because it was at the time we were opening a Saxa shop and I was just flooded.
Yeah.
And then the earliest ones, going back to the beginning of the series, have very bad audio because I didn't know how to do it at that time. But the ones in the middle have reasonable audio. And people put them on one after the other. They were fun to do, and I really want to do more. And I had, at the time I laid off doing that, I had a file of thousands, like 1,000, whatever, hundreds of ideas, and it was
Story
growing.
ideas.
Yeah, I'd sit and I should tell a story about that. And so the file was growing all the time. I would like to do more, but
You're a natural storyteller.
I don't think so. I don't know. Actually, when I was doing the story week, somebody sent an email one day about this and said, "My God, you've had such an interesting life compared to my life," And I don't think that's true at all. I know the easy cliches. We all have stories.
Yeah.
Stuff happens to all of us, and if we chose to, we could tell people these things.
Yeah.
And it's up to each one of us how much we choose to be open or not.
Right.
And I think that's the thing. It's not that interesting stuff happens to me and doesn't happen to you. It's that I'm willing to sort of talk about it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I think you're a natural storyteller. You recognize the stories going on and make something out of them.
But I'm not. If you,
You tell stories all day.
but I don't think. Okay, how will I tell a story? I don't think about that.
Right. It just comes to you.
But I'm not a storyteller. If you the author, he's dead now, 10 years ago, James Michener. He was a real storyteller. I mean, he could create and weave stories.
Yeah.
My thing, I can't make anything up. That's why. So we talk about somebody. He's a storyteller. I mean, he makes up
Okay,
stories,
makes up
and then somebody did this. You know, and I don't make up. I can't
All right,
make
you're
up
good
anything.
at retelling events then. I don't know.
Well, I guess that's it. So, but I can't tell stories because I can't make up anything. As soon as I start to make up stuff, it just gets just whatever. I can't do that. You know, I don't read fiction for the same reason. When you sit reading fiction, he says, and John said to Martha, John doesn't exist. He's just type letters on a page. You know, I can't get past the fact that I know
That's
they
why you
don't
don't like
exist.
movies either, isn't
I don't
it?
like so I can't. I don't like movies. I don't like novels because it's also silly. It's also stupid. It's made up. John doesn't exist. It's just the lettering on a piece of paper. You know, I can't get past that.
Yeah, what do they call it? Suspension of disbelief. Is that
Yeah, whatever the expression is. Yeah, I can't. For some reason, I can't do that. So, so my storytelling, quote unquote, is just simply relating events.
Yeah.
That's all. You know. The interest here, I just told you about Seki-san. It wasn't me that was interesting. It was Seki-san doing something interesting, and I'm just passing on the information about what I saw one day. You know.
おはようございます。
おはようござい
Seki-san, good
ます
morning. Hello. Come and say hello to the stream.
Oh.
This is our new world famous artist, Ayumi Shiba.
本当おはようございます。見切れてる
How the prince coming, Shiba-san?
あー、
どんどん
できた。できた。でも、インターネット用で販売で6枚ぐらいで、普通にここ販売で8枚ぐらいかなって感じ。
見本と違う。
ちょっと、ここで選んでもらう分にはいいかなって、ちょっと見当ずれたりとか、っていうのがあったから、髪は全然大丈夫で、動作もすごく良かった。ただ髪はちょっと薄くて、だから
伸び縮み。
あるから、なんだっけ、なんか型を一緒にやらないと、ふにゃふにゃになっちゃって、見当を受けなかったのね。だからちょっとそれで、
そう、今の考えが、2日の間に2色ぐらいやると、やっぱりカスネが早すぎですから、もうちょっと待ってて、髪が、になるまでは。
もしかしたら、20枚だけじゃなくて、40枚とか50枚で吸った方がいいかもしれない、髪は。
だから1枚から40枚、1になると、髪がレスティングタイムあります、ね。
で、1週間、以内ぐらいので、やった方が多分、この髪は成功する。
急ぎじゃないです。お客さんがもう説明すれば、お客さんが待ってますから。
次の時はちょっと多めで作って、ちょっと長くやって、スローかなって思います。そしたら、髪全然大丈夫です。
今日のパーティー、10時ありますが、家族です。親2人、子供2人、10歳と12歳かな、とか、ゆっくり。
わかりました。はい。
今日4回ですが、私も交換とか、
ありがとうございます。
もう春でしょ。桜シーズンですから、毎日4回か5回ですね。Talking about can I explain about what she was talking about?
Yeah.
She's making another batch of the popular print she's done, the Ghost series Contented Spirit.
Yeah.
And because we're out of it all of a sudden, there was a rush of orders and we're out of it. She wanted to make a batch just in one weekend.
Right.
And it's about 20 colors or so, something like that.
Yeah.
So she started a small batch of paper, maybe 20 sheets, I don't remember exactly, in order that she could get the whole thing finished in a weekend. And the problem when your batch of sheets is small, you print number 1, putting water into it. You print number 2, putting water into it. And normally by the time, if we're doing say a batch of 100, it takes hours or maybe another day before you get back to sheet number 1.
Right.
So sheet number 1 has a chance to relax and the water to smooth out and get stable. But if you're